Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? Thanks so much for being here and practicing with me. Thank you so much. If you are new and decided to give a try to my practice, to my class, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you came back and you practiced with me previously, thank you again for practicing with me again. If you guys have your mats, let's begin our class today. We will start here in cross-leg seated position, Sukasana, easy pose, bringing the left leg in front of the right. Resting the hands on the knees or thighs with the palms facing down or up. Your choice. Closing down the eyes just for 5 breaths. Not collapsing in the lower back. Relaxing the shoulders down. Jaws, facial muscles are relaxing with every out breath. Maybe moving tongue in your mouth or separating the teeth in your mouth to make sure you are totally relaxed in the facial muscles. Imagine the wall, it's behind you, you're leaning onto, so again, you're not collapsing in the lower back, but you are not tensing your shoulders at the same time. 3 more breaths. Rib cages expand on the side. Belly rise. Big breath in, filling up the lungs, and equally longer exhaling out, or maybe a little bit longer if it's available. Start setting up some positive intentions for your practice, inviting healthy thoughts, happy thoughts in your practice, smiling at yourself from inside out, being grateful always for showing up on the mat, showing up for yourself. 2 more breaths, inhaling and exhaling. One last, inhaling and exhaling. Bring the hands in Namaste at the heart. Just say to yourself 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, for practicing, for the gift of a new day, new opportunities for you, and another chance to do things better, to be a better person. Slowly and gently, with a smile on your face, open your eyes and release the hands by the side, changing again the cross of the legs, bringing the right leg in front of the left, sitting bones equally down, inhaling your arms up, rolling shoulders back and down, palms are touching, keeping the sitting bones equally down, exhale towards the right, lengthening, 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 making sure you're not crunching right side of the rib cages as well. Sitting bones equally pressing down, and gaze, it's turning towards the left for just a breath. Then inhaling, gaze forward, you coming back to center, and exhaling, do the same on the left. Sitting bones equally pressing down. Imagine I'm pulling your arms away from you, but roll the shoulders away from the ears. Sitting bones pressing down, right side of the rib cages is stretching out and not crunching left side of the rib cages. One breath, turn the gaze to the right corner of your eye. Then you're coming back to center on the inhale, and on the exhale, bring the hands at the back, interlocking fingers, stretching arms back and down towards the ground, inhaling heart forward and up, and on the exhale, bring the top of your left palm at the right side of the rib cages, right elbow in line with your body, and exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Just a breath or two, still inhaling upper body away from the lower back, and then everything come back to center on the inhale, stretching the arms back and down again, and on the exhale, bring the other way around, top of the right palm on the left side of the ribcage, left elbow in line with your body, left ear drop to the left shoulder, feeling that nice stretch on the right side of the neck, making sure you keep the shoulders away from the ears and always lengthening upper body away from the lower back. One last breath here, and then everything come back to center. Release the arms and inhale them. Arms again up towards the ceiling and bending into the right elbow. Just bring the right palm between the shoulder blades, helping yourself with the left hand to gently press that palm as down as possible towards your lower back without arching or rounding into your spine. Again, shoulders away from the ears, sitting bones equally down, and inhaling, arms up, switching. Bending left elbow, left palm comes between my shoulder blades. Help yourself with the right hand to bring that palm down towards the ground as much as is available without rounding or arching too much. Keep a neutral spinal as much as it's available. And then when you're ready, release. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands down by the side, just rolling shoulders back a few times and forward. And inhaling, arms just parallel to the ground. Exhaling, right elbow over the left. Holding your shoulder blades, lift the elbows away from the ground. Releasing, inhaling, open the heart. And again, on the exhale, left elbow over the right. Bring the palms at your shoulder blades, lifting elbows away from the ground. And inhaling again, open your heart. On the exhale, just extend your left arm towards the right and hold it with your right arm. Just stretching again here, again, not collapsing. Inhaling to release. And the other way around. Extend the right arm all the way towards the left and help yourself to stretch with the left arm. Beautiful. And inhale to release and exhale. Hands in front of you. Lift yourself to a tabletop position. Moving into a downward facing dog. First one, making sure you spread the fingers. Wrists are under your shoulders and knees are under your hips. Arms are shoulder distance apart and knees are hip apart. Tuck the toes in. Inhale, knees up. On the exhale, press back. Spreading fingers, lengthening upper body, sharpening sitting bones. Shoulders away from the ears. Bend the knees one at a time. 5 breaths. Maybe moving hips from side to side. If your heels are not touching the mat, remember, keep that soft bend through the knees, still lengthening the upper body. The same way you do if your heels are down or not, still sharpening sitting bones back and up. The same way you do if the heels are touching or not the mat. Bringing belly to thighs, thighs to the belly, and creating that reverse shape, V shape, for as much as is available to you, finding stillness, 2 breaths. Keep pressing the mat away from you. 1 more. And then when you're ready, inhale your right leg back and up, 3-legged dog, and then bend into your right knee. Right knee turns towards the ceiling, and exhale, gaze underneath your right armpit. Hands are equally pressing down, just opening the hip a little bit more. Right hand equally pressing down as the left. 1 more breath. And then keeping the right knee bent, turn to face again the mat, and you're going to land softly down your left knee without collapsing, extending the right leg to the back, left arm forward, and on your next inhale, lift your left arm off the ground and flex your right toes, pointing them towards the ground into a spinal balance, making sure your hips are in one line. So left outer hip will be rolling up, right outer hip will be rolling down. Gaze down and forward on the mat, so you keep a long neck. Left arm outside your left ear, engaging slightly abdominal and breathing. 1 more breath. And then when you're ready, release left arm down, right leg down, turn sideways into a modified plank, bringing left wrist under your left shoulder and inhaling your right arm up. Exhaling your right arm towards the front of the mat, just stretching again side of the body, right side of the body, then bringing the right arm back again towards the ceiling, staying here for a couple of breaths, or maybe lifting right leg off the mat and not collapsing in the left shoulder. Maybe turning the gaze up towards your right hand if it's available. If your neck is okay with it. 1 last breath, stay here, or maybe bend into your right knee and with the right hand catch the top of your right foot, resisting hand, resist the foot, foot resist the hand. They kick towards the back and then release. Inhaling everything, right arm up, right leg extend, and exhaling, coming back to that modified table with the right leg extended, keeping the left toes in. Press yourself back up to a 3-legged dog. Beautiful. Gazing to the top of the mat, right foot steps in between the hands, left knee step down once again. Inhale your arms up for a low lunge. Looking up if it's available, back bending if it's available. Either way, make sure you stay with the upper body away from the lower back. Shoulders are not coming with you. Right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. 1 last breath there. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Exhale, frame your right foot, tuck the left toes in if they're not there. Runner's lunge, and left foot steps at the top, keeping the feet hip apart at the top of the mat. Big toes, peace finger around the big toes. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, Padangustasana, forward fold. Once again, remember to roll the shoulders away from the ears, even if you're forward folding, bending elbows sideways, sharpening sitting bones back and up. And if you keep a soft bend through the knees, still sharpen sitting bones back and up. Belly to thighs, thighs to belly. One last breath here. Inhale halfway up. Palms are coming under your feet for a Padahastasana. Now again, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. This time bend the elbows towards the front of the mat, and if this is not available, you can just do what we did earlier. Or if that's not available, just hold opposite elbows. And hang in there for a couple of breaths. Every inhale, lengthen away from the lower back. Every exhale, you try to go deeper, crown of the head towards the toes, and make sure you are breathing. Last breath. Inhaling halfway up, exhaling, release. Planting the hands down, step into a plank, moving through a vinyasa. I'm going to use my knees down today because my right arm hurts a little bit, but feel free to take your vinyasa whichever way you prefer. Exhaling, lowering down, inhaling for a back bend of your choice. And downward facing dog, exhale. Side it out. Spread the fingers. When you are ready, inhale, left leg back and up. Bend into the left knee. You're going to bring the left knee towards the ceiling and gaze underneath your left armpit, opening the hip, equally pressing the hands down on the mat. Long neck. Stay for one more breath. Beautiful. When you are ready, face again your mat and slowly landing right knee down. Extend the left leg to the back, right arm towards the front of your mat, keeping the hips square. Right arm inhale away from the ground. Gazing down towards the front of your mat, spinal balance, keeping right outer hip up, left outer hip towards the ground. Don't collapse in the left shoulder. Press the ground away from you, slightly engaging abdominal. I'm holding my back toes in, the right toes in for a better balance, or you can keep it in or out, your choice. One last breath here. And releasing the right hand down, left foot down, turn sideways for a modified plank, inhaling left arm up, exhaling left arm towards the front of the mat. Now here you make sure the four corners of your left foot are pressing down, and then bring the left arm back towards the ceiling. Feel free to keep the left foot there, or maybe bring the left foot as well off the ground and turn the gaze towards the left hand. If the neck is okay with it, kicking through the left heel, not collapsing in the right shoulder. You stay here for another breath, or bend into your left knee and with the left hand catch the top of your left foot, stretching a little bit extra here, resisting. Hand resists the foot, foot resists the hand, then they both kick towards the back of your mat. And then releasing everything on the inhale and exhaling, coming back to this three-legged table, tucking the right toes in and lifting up, pressing back to a three-legged dog. Equally pressing the hands down. And when you're ready, gazing at the top, left foot steps in between, right knee goes down. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Palms can touch, face each other, or cactus your arms, remember, if the shoulders are not warm up enough. Back bending or not, wherever you are, remember to inhale upper body always away from the lower back. Left toes, heel inside, outside of the foot will be pressing down. And you are breathing. If you're gazing up, gaze in front of you, framing your left foot. Tuck the right toes in, runner's lunge, step the right foot at the top. Keep the feet hip apart once again. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale this time, bring the hands at your heels, under your heels. and fold. Once more, if this is not okay, just hold opposite elbows, shoulders away from the ears, long neck, heavy head, don't fight gravity, relax your facial muscles, just breathe. Sharpen sitting bones back and up, crown of the head is exhaling, each exhale closer towards the toes or not. Inhaling always upper body away from the lower back. Last breath here. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands down. You step to a plank, maybe right foot this time, left to follow, and move through a vinyasa. Exhaling. Inhaling for a back bend of your choice. Downward facing dog. Side it out. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg back and up. Three-legged. Bend into your right knee, gaze underneath your right armpit. Just a breath or two. Extend the right leg back again, three-legged, gazing at the top of the mat. This time, right foot steps outside your right hand. Step the back toes back a little bit and bring the wrist under your shoulders. Just move forward and back without collapsing the hips down, kicking through the back heel. Move forward and back a few times. Once again, look towards the front top of the mat so you keep a long neck, not collapsing in the shoulders. One last round, forward and back, and then finding stillness. Extend your right leg, walk the hands, wrist under your shoulders, cupcake hands or palms down, bringing right toes up, right heel down for a modified pyramid. Have two blocks if you need them to support yourself with the blocks if the floor it's too far. Make sure you're rolling right outer hip back, left outer hip forward. You always inhale away from the lower back. And then when you're ready, exhale again, bending into the right knee. Walk forward, bring the hands forward, and step the right foot in between your hands, and left knee goes back down again. Inhaling your arms up for your low lunge, looking up, or in front of you, back bending or not. Inhale. One last. Beautiful. When you are ready, gazing in front of you, tuck the left toes in if they're not there yet, and press yourself to a high crescent, keeping the tailbone in, kicking through the back heel and staying for another 2 breaths. Right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot. We'll be pressing down. One last. Beautiful. If you're gazing up and back bending, gaze in front of you. Bring the hands at the heart in Namaste. Let's bring the hands on the hips actually and come forward for a balancing, standing balancing pose. Bringing the left knee in front of you. Right hand remains on the hip. Left peace finger around the left big toe. Extend the left leg in front of you. Roll the left shoulder blade towards the back of the mat. Don't lean back so you won't hurt your lower back. Keep inhaling away from the lower back. Right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Choose a steady gaze in front of you to hold. Utthita Padangustasana. Beautiful. One last breath here. And then bring the left leg towards the left side of your mat and turn the gaze towards your right shoulder. Keep growing tall with every in-breath in your upper body. Holding, choosing that steady gaze on the side as well. One last breath there. And then everything come back to center. Extend the left leg back in front of you. Gaze come back to center. Release your left hand, bring it on the hip as well, and point the left toes forward. Again, if you're leaning back, rather release, lower the leg a little bit, but stay away from leaning back so you don't hurt your lower back. Wherever you are, make sure you breathe. Engaging up your quadricep muscle will help. One last breath there. And when you're ready, bending into the left knee, we're going to step to a warrior one. Bring the left leg to the back, heel down. Hips are squared. And inhale your arms up. Once again, gaze up if the neck is okay. Stay for 2 breaths. Right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot will be pressing down. Outer edge of the left foot press down. The more you bend into the front knee, the more you will be doing that. Wonderful. If you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Exhale, frame your right foot. Moving into a modified plank. So pivot the back heel up and come onto the outer edge of your left foot, stepping the right foot at the center of the mat. Left wrist under your left shoulder. Inhale your right arm up. Look up with your right hand. 2 breaths or 3. Make sure you're not collapsing the hips down. And you're breathing. Prana, it's always the key to your practice. Let the prana guide you. Now we're going to gaze in front of us and lower the hips down for a couple of times, extending the right arm towards the back, and then press yourself up. 2 more times. Lower yourself down, extend the arm towards the back of the mat. 4 corners of your right foot will be down, and press yourself up. 2 more times, lowering down. A bit of strength in the left arm, and press up. 1 last, and press yourself back up. Exhaling, right hand down, coming back to a 3-legged dog, extending right leg back and up, and stepping the right foot down to a downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg back and up, bending into the left knee, coming into a wild thing, stepping the left foot on the left side of your mat, inhaling your hips up, heart forward and up towards the ceiling, maybe extending the left arm towards the front of the mat, gazing towards your left hand or not. Just breathing. So the wild thing, it's on the opposite side, just to give a break on our left wrist. Beautiful. Coming back to a downward facing dog and moving through a vinyasa. Inhaling for a plank. Again, I'm using my knees down, but feel free to not. Back bend of your choice always. Downward facing dog. Ha. Great job. Left side. Inhale, left leg back and up. Bending into your left knee, open the hip, gaze underneath your left armpit for a breath. Beautiful. Extend the left leg back and up. Step the left leg outside your left hand and just move forward and back a few times. Beautiful. Don't collapse in the shoulders. And then when you're ready, move the left leg in between your hands, stepping the right knee down. Inhaling your arms up for a low lunge. Once again, left toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Gazing up or just in front of you. We stay here a couple of breaths. Hips are squared. 1 more. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Tuck the back toes in if they're not there yet. And press yourself up to a high crescent lunge. Keeping the tailbone in. Again, lengthening the arms to the heavens. Back bending or not. Beautiful. 1 last breath there. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Hands are coming on your hips. We're going to come forward for our standing balancing. So pushing through the back heel, lift yourself up, bringing the right knee in front of you. Right piece finger around the right big toe. Extend the right leg in front of you, rolling the right shoulder and shoulder blade towards the back. Again, making sure you are not leaning back, you're not hurting lower back. And you relax the facial muscles, choosing that steady gaze in front of you to stare up. Left toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Utthita Padangustasana. And when you're ready, bring the right leg towards the side, right side of your mat. And turn the gaze towards the left shoulder, just to challenge our balance a little bit for 2 or 3 breaths. Left toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Breathing. And then everything come back to center. Gaze and right leg extended again in front of you. And bringing the right hand on your hip, pointing the right toes forward, staying for 2 extra breaths, not leaning back. One last. Moving to a warrior one. Bend into the right knee, step the right foot back. Heel to heel, bending into the left knee. Inhale your arms up. 2, 3 breaths here, gazing up or just in front of you. Left toes, heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Outer edge of the right foot will be pressing down. Soften the facial muscles always. Let the prana guide you. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you and exhale. Frame your left foot, coming into modified plank. So I come onto the outer edges of my right foot, step the left foot at the center of the mat, right wrist under my right shoulder, inhaling left arm up, not collapsing the hips down, staying for 2 breaths before moving through our little exercise for our right upper arm. Gazing forward. If the neck is not okay for you to gaze up, put your left hand. And if you're gazing up, gaze in front of you. Slowly exhale, lower your hips down and extend the left arm to the back of the mat. And 3 more times. We do this. Press up on the inhale. Exhale, lower down. 4 corners of the left foot will be pressing down and then up again. And for the last time, come on down and press up. Beautiful. Exhale your left hand back and down, stepping back to a downward facing dog. Moving through wild thing on the other side. So inhale, right leg up and bending right knee. Step the right foot to the left side of your mat. Bringing your heart and chest towards the ceiling, extending the right arm towards the back. Gazing there if it's available. Not collapsing in the left shoulder, not collapsing the hips down. Just 1 more breath. And then slowly coming back. Downward facing dog and inhaling plank, moving through your vinyasa. Back bend of your choice always. And side it out, exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next exhale, bring the knees down. Gonna step your left knee forward and the right knee behind your left. Sitting behind your heels for a cow. So I'm ending with the left knee over my right. Heels are coming outside my hips. I'm equally sitting down on my sitting bones, inhaling arms up. Bend into the right elbow, right palm comes between the shoulder blades. Stay here. Or this time you release your left hand to the back, coming for a bind, reaching. If the bind is not available, just use a belt or use your shirt to hold on to. Once more, you're not rounding or arching. Keep a neutral spinal as much as is available. 1 more breath, stay, or exhale and fold. And inhale, come on up and release. Change. Bring the left knee down first, in line with your chest. Right knee over the left. Heels are outside my hips. I'm equally sitting down. Inhaling, arms up. Bending into the left elbow this time. With the right hand, help yourself to bring the palm between your shoulder blades. Stay here. Or again, release and go for the bind. Using your shirt or a belt. If the bind is not accessible, not rounding or arching too much in your spine. Keep a neutral spinal. 1 last breath here. And 1 extra. Stay or fold. Then inhale, come on up. And you release. Uncross everything. Coming on your mat. And without dropping or collapsing, you're going to lean on your mat, making sure you have plenty of mat behind you. And bringing your lower back on the ground, hands by the side, neck and upper body are down. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. Again, lower back, make sure stays on the ground. Flexing, pointing the toes, towards the ceiling. You're going to engage your abdominal muscle and you're going to lower your legs down a few inches and hold for 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to lower down a little bit more and hold for 3, 2, 1. And you're going to lower your legs down a little bit more and hold for 3, 2, 1. Lift them back up to a 90-degree. And we do this for 2 more rounds. All this time, you make sure your lower back never lifts off the ground. That natural arch of the spine, it's not coming in. So you're really gently pressing your lower back in the ground, engaging abdominal muscle, and hands by the side. Neck and head are down. When you are ready, let's go. Lower your legs down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your legs down a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift them back up to a 90-degree. One last round. Reminding you, lower back, it's very important. Keep it down. Now this time, let's do 6 quick counts in each 3 rounds, okay? The 3 times we're lowering down the legs. Lower down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down a little bit more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down a little bit more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up to a 90-degree. Great job. Hug the knees into the chest. Give a little massage to your lower back. And then finding stillness, step your feet down, separate them hip apart. Round or 2 of bridge pose, Setu Bandasana or the bridge pose if you cannot reach for your ankles. Walk the heels closer to you until you are able to touch your heels with the middle finger. And imagining you have a block between your thighs. Don't let the knees fall on the side. Pressing the ground away from you with the 4 corners of your feet and palms. Inhale your hips up. Bring the chest towards the chin. More than chin to chest. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Squeeze, engage abdominal muscles. And stay for 10. 7. 5. 4. 3. Every inhale, lift your hips higher. Don't collapse the hips down. If this is hurting your lower back, just come out. With control, you're going to lower yourself down, upper body, mid back, and low back. Resist the urge to hug the knees into the chest yet, because we do this one more time and then we can hug knees. When you are ready, walk the heels closer. Press the ground away. Inhale, hips up. Reach for your ankles if it's available with your hands or not. Just press the ground away from you. 4 corners of the feet pressing down. I engage my abdominal and I squeeze the glutes at the top. Every in-breath, remind myself to not collapse in the hips. And most importantly, that you breathe. 7. 5. 3. 2 more. And lower down. Upper body, mid back, lower back. Hug the knees into the chest. Great job. Bring your hands under the knees at your hamstrings and rock yourself forward, crossing the legs in front of you, hands in front of you, and step to a plank. Moving through a Vinyasa. Inhaling back bend. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Side it out. Inhale once more and exhale your knees down in together. Sit on your heels, child's pose, Balasana. Bring the hands alongside the body with the palms to face the sky. Surrender here 5 breaths. If the floor is too far, use a block for your forehead or a pillow, any surface to elevate the floor, to bring it closer. And just surrender here. 3 more breaths. Letting go of every bit of tension left in your body. 1 more. Now if your hands are at the back, holding on your heels, just press yourself up for a rabbit pose, coming onto the crown of your head. And exhaling, go back down again. On your next inhale, lift up. Sitting on your heels, keeping upper body away from the lower back. Inhale your arms up, and on the exhale, twist to the right. Bring your left hand on your right knee and the right hand behind you. Once again, use a block at the back if the floor is too far, keeping the shoulders in one line, turning the chin and gaze towards the right shoulder only as far as you can go. Every inhale, lengthen yourself away from the lower back. On the exhale, twist a little deeper or not, making sure twisting is happening in the shoulders, not in the lower back. Beautiful. Come back to center. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, twist and turn to the left. Right hand on your left knee, left hand behind on the block or not. Turn the gaze and chin towards the left shoulder only as far as you can go. Smiling at yourself if you can. You did a great job once again today. Always reminding you, no matter how much we do in one session, it's always enough. That's exactly what you have to do. Don't be hard on yourself. Sometimes our inner dialogue, it's very bad. We are saying bad things to ourselves. I couldn't fold, I couldn't bend. That's okay. Try again tomorrow. I'm sure you will be able to. Come back to center and coming onto one side, just extend the legs in front of you. And then coming back into a cross-leg seated position with the hands at the heart in Namaste, closing down your eyes. Just a couple of breaths here before ending the class, where once again you thank yourself for showing on the mat. I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here with me once again today and practicing with me. Be grateful for your yoga practice, maybe for the space you're practicing in, and be grateful for the gift of a brand new day. Sending love your way, sending healing your way, joy, happiness. Breathe and relax. Just a couple of more breaths here. If your mind is wandering, just press the fingers equally against each other. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The divine light within me honors the divine light within. Namaste.